Hello. Today I'm here to talk to you about the alarming increase in the cost of college tuition. With a steady increase, parents are scrambling to find a way to pay for their child's college education. The cost of attending a public university today is around $12,000 for 4 years. The cost in 2002 was only $9,300. In 15 years, it's estimated that the cost of a 4-year college is going to cost about $153,000. The cost total estimated is found by using an inflation rate of between 5 and 8%. Here's a map showing how much tuition increased per state between the year 2001 and 2003. The states in blue have an increase rate of 2 to 5%. The states in yellow have an increased rate of 6 to 10%. And the states that are in green have an increased percentage rate of 11 to 24%. The following slides I'm about to show you show the different types of savings plans that are available to you. There are two types of 529 plans. The first type I'd like to discuss with you is the 529 savings plan. That allows you to set up an account to pay for future college expenses. This type of plan covers expenses like tuition, room and board, fees, books, and other college-related expenses. The enrollment period is usually year-round, so the account can be opened at any time. There are also no residency requirements. The downside to these types of plans is they're not state guaranteed, and also you're not able to lock in the current tuition rate. The next type of 529 account is a prepaid account. This allows participants to lock in the current tuition rate, and investments are state guaranteed. There are, however, more restrictions involved with this type of account. These plans cover only tuition and the mandatory fees. There are plans with room and board available, but you have to research those. Another negative aspect is that the enrollment periods are typically limited and there are age or grade restrictions for beneficiaries. So when researching this plan, be sure to cover the fees that are involved. The next type of account is an education savings account. Education savings accounts are similar to 529 plans. The money saved is tax deferred and funds can be withdrawn without penalties and fees. There are $2,000 limits per year on the account deposits. After the beneficiary turns a certain age, however, the tax and penalties are levied unless the account is gifted to another beneficiary under the state required age. Do you have any questions?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. What are the alternatives to student loans?
The alternatives to student loans are scholarships and private student loans. The Perkins loan is the best option for a student loan. Among the 3 federal loans, students can borrow up to $4,000 a year at a fixed rate of 5%. With this loan, you can defer the interest for up to 9 months after you graduate. However, due to a slowdown in federal funding, Perkins loans can be somewhat difficult to obtain. A Stafford loan is the next option available to students. The Stafford loan carries a fixed rate of 6.8% and a maximum yearly amount of $55,100. There are 2 types of Stafford loans, subsidized and unsubsidized. A subsidized Stafford loan is based on the financial need and interest doesn't accrue until you begin repayment. An unsubsidized Stafford loan is for any student who qualifies for financial aid. Interest starts accruing immediately upon disbursement. When even those loans don't cover the cost, there is the parent loan for undergraduate students, and it's also called the PLUS loan. This loan is obtained by the parents of the students and requires a credit check. Graduate students also qualify for this loan. The fixed rate is 8.5% and payment of this loan begins 60 days after the loan is disbursed. There are alternative ways to pay for college. State-funded lottery funding is another source of financial aid, and many states have programs generated by lottery proceeds that pay a certain amount of tuition and fees. These programs require students to meet certain requirements such as maintaining high academic performance, credit card rebate and loyalty programs such as U-Promise and Sage Tuition Rewards program. It's another way parents can earn rebates that can be used for college savings. Private student loans are another way to pay for college. However, these loans have higher interest rates and require really good credit to qualify. The aftermath of student loans, because cost of attending college is so high and continues to rise, the amount a student must borrow is also on the rise, and it's becoming much higher than before. A drop in direct aid has been a contributing factor in the amount of student loans that are obtained. More than 88% of Pell Grant recipients who graduate with a bachelor's degree in 2004 had student loans versus 59% of students who didn't have Pell Grant. And according to an analysis of the Education Department data, the amount borrowed by Pell Grant recipients was 12% higher than the amount borrowed by other students. 1/4 of the low-income students had more than $27,000 in loans. There are ways to alleviate some or possibly all of your debt. Loan consolidations and loan forgiveness programs are ways that you may be able to save money. Planning and researching what is right for you is a way for you to find out what funding is the best way for your family. Funding a college education is a large financial responsibility, and there are a few ways to face such burdens. Planning ahead and saving money is the cheapest way to fund your child's college education. With all the college programs available, planning ahead is not as difficult as parents may believe it is. Should the parent or student find themselves unprepared when the time comes, grants and loans are in place to aid the families and students. Smart planning and researching the many options available will ensure financial success for families and students from all walks of life.
I have a second question.
Yes.
When should parents start saving for college?
Parents should start saving for college as soon as possible. This is an investment that they cannot afford to wait to make. That concludes my presentation. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time out and sitting through me. Thank you so much.